So fucked up. This is my, and now you get to see the inner workings.
I do, I'm excited.
Wait, you ready? Damn it, didn't change much. Damn it, it went back! It doesn't have a lot of, okay, now I'd wasted, okay. I do this too many times. I waste time with that thing. Yeah, there's a lot of time wasted. This is Mead and Mythology, Comics and Chronic. We gotta get back into the Mead and Mythology right away because I missed a bunch of goofy shit earlier. I am Bill Keegan. Today I have a brand new guest who is gonna jump into the fucking middle of a story with us pretty much.
What's up, guys? I'm D.
Yeah, Demetrius Watson, for the people who don't know that he's not just a letter.
Yeah.
We've got the onlooker in the background.
The Watcher.
Who will remain nameless, I guess. It's who she usually is. She wasn't here last time, but she was here the last time before that. It's Kalina, the fucking one who throws you under the bus. I'm gonna grab Mjolnir, because it's the Thor episode. Gibbs. Love you, babe. It's the Thor episode, and we gotta start it off with some thunder! Oh, yeah! What the fuck?! What is that shit?! Oh, I have Xbox Live open, and it says Black Panther, watch it today. What does that even mean? You can buy it now?!
Maybe. That's, I don't know, maybe.
So you just threw me under the bus for throwing you under the bus, but last time you and Tyler were talking about how I was fat.
No! Did you listen?!
Yep.
Yeah!
Wait, with me?
And you were like saying that I squished you.
What?! Oh, damn!
Dude, that's fast.
Dude,
That's
this
really
is really fast. This is like 2 months out. When did Black Panther came out? When did Black Panther?
Recently?
That was in like February. Yeah, that's what I
It
thought.
was a few months ago.
Damn,
I guess
dude.
that's kind of quick.
Oh, wow, we are so off topic right off the bat. Oh, dude! This might be our background movie.
You can't have a background movie and stay on track, especially when Black Panther.
Yeah, dude, I've only seen this once. I'll just be sitting here staring at the TV.
That's true.
How
many times have you seen Thor?
Which one?
Ragnarok?
We can
I've only seen... Actually, no, I've seen that one like 3 times. So
is it good for a background?
Yeah, I can just put that one in the background. That one's really good.
I don't have the first Thor, babe. I only have the second Thor. Because the first Thor, honestly, as dope as all the Thor movies is, lacks so much. Like,
yeah,
by the end of the movie, you're like...
Even the second one...
he's not. He's
the
barely
second
shirtless.
one's a little bit, like, Star Warsy, in my opinion.
The second one's really, like, it's just world setting. Like, it's not... There's not enough, like, movie there. There's not enough movie in the first or the second one to make them worth it. The only reason why I have the second one is because it's got an Infinity Stone in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The ether or whatever. It's the fucking reality stone. Isn't that what it is?
It is.
Bingo.
What the fuck? Okay, I need this. And then, is there a Thor case?
Comic
Thor
Idiot
over
is
there?
learning Thor case.
Oh, it's over here. It's over here.
Let me see.
So yes, last time we finished with
back on topic here.
The God of Thunder storyline, and we didn't get too far into it. And I'm glad we didn't get too far into it because I remember I was telling Tyler some shit about the mythology of Thor's
take the fucking thing outside! There's a goddamn white spider in it, babe! Take the fucking flower!
Okay, I got my girlfriend at the flower. Oh, there's a spider in it.
Look at it! Look inside of it! It's fucking creepy as shit!
D, you're closer to the door. Will you throw that outside?
Look inside the fucking thing.
No, we're not gonna look inside the fucking thing, babe. It's fine. I believe you.
No.
It's whatever.
Back up.
Alright, we had a mouse the first episode. 4th episode, we've got a spider.
I don't know what the fuck just, like...
Compelled you to lose your mind?
To look inside the flower. And then there's a fucking creepy-ass clear white spider, babe. It's big and it started crawling into the...
She is straight up having the biggest panic attack.
That was by my face!
Honey, I love you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I'm coming to give you a hug now. Stop being a freak.
What if on the bed? What if there's more? I love you.
I love you. You're such a spaz.
Are you drunk on the...
No, I'm not drunk yet. Jesus Christ, I barely drink anything. We are drinking Honeywood. I would have gotten us something local, but I couldn't find any when I went to Rosar's. They only had the other... They have one, it's called Sky River or something like that.
Be honest, you would have got Honeywood anyways because...
I know I would have gotten Honeywood anyways because Honeywood's the greatest, but I wanted to get one bottle of Hyperfron... I'm going to look this thing up. I'm going to look it up and I'm going to make you guys try and say the name. It's not an easy name.
It has been So I kind of threw it on the ground, and then I picked it up, and then I looked in there, and I couldn't see anything, so I just tossed it away. So no. Yes and no, maybe. I don't know. I didn't see the
Okay,
spider
so
in there.
the
It just looked like
name-
the inside of a flower.
I
No,
think...
there was the black little things, and then there was a white.
Okay, off the spider, please. Now we're back onto the mead mythology. And mostly the mead, getting into the things. The name of the meadery is called Hierophant. Hierophant? Can you read that? Hierophant meadery.
Hierophant, yeah.
Hierophant meadery. I can't pronounce its name. I really want to try its stuff. I've had a little bit of its stuff at the Total line, and it's good. It's a little bit more dry than I like, but I like my Honeywood, and I bought Honeywood, and no matter what, I will always buy Honeywood, because I've learned that this shit goes down like good juice. You can tell. It's fucking...
It's tasty.
I don't know how much you've actually drank. I drink way too much way quick, because this shit is...
I haven't
heavy.
eaten much today, so I'm pacing myself a little bit. 13
God
hours
damn.
of recovery sleep from the
I didn't
weekend
even
really
think that
did
you
me.
haven't eaten that much. I feel bad. I should have.
That's all good. Don't worry about it.
We're probably gonna end up taking a pause, like at half mark or some point to make some fucking
I can survive on a liquid diet for a little bit.
make some goddamn
Jalapeno chips
ravioli
upstairs if you want anything else.
and
Let's see if I put those in my body first before
Oh, yeah,
anything
she's
else,
gonna
that's just
fucking-
gonna light my butt on fire.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
They're delicious. Don't get me wrong. I love them, but
No,
I
but
don't
they're
really,
dangerous.
I don't really want to sit on the toilet with ice
Her
cubes
son.
later. So
Here's
I mean,
another one. Here's another one that's gonna make you laugh. Her son, Kyvan.
Yeah.
He will eat a bowl of those. Gets halfway through the bowl. Just starts crying. Incoherently crying. Like, and then he hot!
It's his brother's chips.
Yeah, hot! Takes another bite. Cries more. It's like, you silly kid.
That kid is gonna be eating drinking bottles of sriracha.
Oh,
by
I
the
think
time
he's gonna be
5
the
and he
kid that
turns up with
bites
teeth like
glass
that.
and shit. And here we go, a trailer for Black Panther. That's great. Anyway, so what the story is that I need to get into. Thor has two goats, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder. He goes to a land and
Right into the goats.
that Loki tricks a kid into breaking one of the goat's legs, yada yada yada. The goat becomes kind of limp after that. Anyway, so Thor, this is the first thing that I need to get into because of the mythology that we need to get out of the way.
Wait, which goat got its leg broken? Gnasher or Grinder?
Oh, I think it's Gnasher. I don't remember, dude.
Okay, moving
Yeah,
on.
it's not super important which one got its.
Poor
but
Gnasher or Grinder.
But I am an idiot for not knowing it. I will fucking 100% admit to that. I need to know these things. And I'm looking for a fucking thing, but it's not gonna... Whatever.
Gotta get some hot cheese in here or something.
I need to get, I do need to get, something that's okay, the ones that I want to use more often, right here. Wait, what's this one? It's supposed to be loud eating. I don't really like that. Anyway, so, God, stop pissing away the time here.
But
Fucking later in Thor's life, he is going on a trip because, I don't know, I should have listened to the fucking story before I did this and wrote some notes, but I didn't.
okay. We're just winging it.
We're gonna wing it a little bit. I know what I'm
gonna
talking about. I do know what I'm talking about.
It's gonna work.
Thor, essentially, there's a few people who, are, gonna throw this banquet for all of the gods, all of the Aesir, who are the Asgardians and everything. And they're we can only really do that if we have this massive fucking cauldron. We need a cauldron that's big enough to put, one of you in. That's how big this thing has to be.
It's a big ass pot.
Huge pot, right? And Thor's well, fuck. I don't know. And Hamir, one of the other gods, I think it's Hamir, he walks up and he's I think it's... Okay, so it's either Hamir or it's Tyr. Oh, I don't remember now. Pretty sure it's Hamir, because I think this story is called Hamir and Thor's Fishing Expedition. Hamir is yo, my dad actually has one of those pots. But he's a giant and he fucking hates me. So, Thor's fuck it, let's go. They go to the land of the giants, and Hamir's you're not Thor here, you're Bor, or something. I think the Bor is not his actual name, because Bor is Odin's dad's name. He gives him a name that sounds way too similar to Thor, and so they're
Thor.
Yeah, it's seriously, it is
Law
like
number
4.
4.
Yeah, it's like something like, it's so similar to Thor that when they get to Hamir's dad's house and everything, Hamir's like, you brought me Thor? And he's like, no. It's the thing that rhymes with Thor.
It's 4.
It's not, yeah, it's 4. It's not Thor. It's something like that. Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck it is. But he like, so...
His name is Core.
Right? So Thor is like, you know, how can I get your cauldron? I want to get your cauldron. Can I do something to get your cauldron? He's like, no, dude. You can't do anything to get my cauldron. That's my favorite fucking cauldron. That's what I brew my magic booze in, you know?
Big time cauldron guy.
Yeah,
Huge,
they always have magic cauldrons
cauldron
that they
guy.
fucking, that they like.
Hey man, I remember the Black
things
Cauldron. Black Cauldron was deadly.
The Black Cauldron was a fucking...
That was
Okay, it was the
weird
Black
cartoon.
Cauldron and it was the Dark Crystal. Both of those movies watching as a child fucked me up, dude.
That
Fucked
was
me up.
so goddamn terrifying the first time
Yeah,
I watched it.
super
Like,
fucking weird. Black Cauldron at least was pretty good.
It wound up being happy in the end. I'm like,
That's the
positive it
one
wound up being
that's
happy
like,
in the end.
what the
but
fuck happens in the Black Cauldron? Is
I
that
know,
the...
man. I blocked it out.
Oh,
just
I'm
remember-
mixing
I remember
that
being
up
there
with the
walking
sword
away.
and the stone, I think. Because they all have dragons. They all have fucking dragons.
The Black Cauldron's got like zombies and fucking like
Does
skeletons.
it have a dragon?
Maybe. I don't remember. I haven't seen it, so it might have like a fucking crazy
I
skeleton
thought it has a dragon. Maybe I'm mixing it up with fucking Snow White? Cinderella. Which one has the dragon, babe?
Snow White.
Snow White?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the fucking...
Cinderella have a dragon too?
Maleficent. Whichever one...
I thought that was Cinderella!
No, because that Cinderella is the fucking like,
No,
glass
dude,
shoe.
Cinderella is Maleficent.
No, Cinderella's like the glass slipper and shit with those stepsisters.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cinderella's the glass shoe with the
Yeah,
stepsisters.
but that's
Snow White is the one.
Maleficent.
No, Snow White gets put to sleep by the witch, and then the 7 dwarves walk over.
She's not Maleficent.
Yeah, Maleficent is the fuck. Yeah, I swear to God, it's
Is
the,
she?
well, she like it's the queen that disguises herself as the fucking woods witch. I'm pretty sure. I'm a little off. On
Who's
my
the
Snow White,
fucking bitch
but,
in the tower?
the? Oh God.
Is that like Rapunzel?
No,
No.
because that's the one that Maleficent's up with, dude. The bitch in the fucking tower that gets stabbed with the needle, man.
Fiona. It's Fiona, man.
It's
from
Fiona
Shrek.
in goddamn
I don't know.
fucking somebody wants something. It's Fiona in that, but in fucking in the goddamn thing, it's not Cinderella. Who
don't
the
know,
fuck
Is
is
it Rapunzel?
in
'Cause she's in a
the
fucking
tower? Is it?
castle?
It's not Sleeping. Is it just Sleeping Beauty? Is that what it's called?
I don't think so.
Because Snow White is Snow White.
No.
Snow White is
No,
Snow
no,
White.
no, it's Sleeping Beauty.
It
Yeah,
is Sleeping Beauty, isn't it?
You're right. You're
All
right.
right.
You're right.
All
you're
right.
You're right.
We
you're right.
fucking got down to the
I
bottom of
haven't
it.
seen any of them, so what's your opinion?
Oh, whatever. You spark noted them at least.
No, she hasn't seen any of them. She's pretty uncultured.
It's okay. You guys are having a girl. You can catch up on all that.
Yeah, seriously, you're gonna be watching all of those fucking things, and you're gonna probably be like, "Wow, these are wildly inappropriate."
Hey, man.
And
The
honestly,
7 dwarves are
to be
dope.
fair, super
My 2-year-old
misogynistic.
loves
Like,
Adventure
oh, yeah.
One, though.
we're gonna be fucking. She's gonna be watching a bunch of the modern fucking shit that's like super fucking lady empowered, you know?
Okay.
Brain
Back
shit.
to what the
Back
fuck
to
were we
everything.
talking
Yes.
about?
Okay. So yeah. So they're going through. They're trying to get fucking this
Cauldron.
shit.
Yeah,
the
they want the
cauldron.
cauldron. Dude's like, no, you can't have my fucking cauldron.
Can't have my
Favorite
cauldron. And so they're
Yeah,
in the
okay.
land of. They're like with some. I think they're with giants. I'm pretty sure it's giants.
Yeah, because he's a giant. And he hates him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and so
Bang.
yeah, the guy's like, "Fuck Thor! I fucking hate Thor. We're always at war with Thor." Blah. And
But this guy 4 is all right.
yeah, 4 is all right.
He just wants
Hamir's
my
like,
cauldron out like
Hamir's like, my buddy's cool, and so Hamir and Thor are like, "How can we get your cauldron?" And he's like, "There's no fucking way to get my cauldron. If you really want my fucking cauldron, you have to break my mug over my head, and it's unbreak, or you have to break my mug. God damn it, you have to break my mug." And Thor's like, "All right," so he tries to smash it in a bunch of different places. Can't smash it at all, and fucking his dad's like, Hamir's dad's like, "All right, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you can't do it this last
You're a
time. I'm just
pussy.
letting you know. I'm gonna kill you if you can't do it this last
I'm a
time."
giant and I'm a dick.
And Hamir's mom is like, "Hey Thor, you know the only thing that's as strong as his mug is his head. So like he's just as thick-headed as you."
Mm-hmm.
And Thor's like, "Well, that's weird to say," and like thinks about it for a second. And then just smashes the mug on the dude's head. Like, breaks it against the guy's head. And so the guy's, like, super butthurt that his mug broke and that he
He's got
lost
a
his
headache.
cauldron. He's got a massive headache, dude. He's got nothing to soothe it with. He's pretty burnt. So they leave with the cauldron, and it's said that when Thor's walking out with it, it's just an upside-down cauldron with, like, 2 feet underneath it. Because he's just carrying it from the inside.
Big-ass cauldron.
Yeah, he's huge.
Big-ass cauldron.
And he's huge, so it's, a fucking big cauldron. And,
You could have a few of me in one of those, man. Come on now. I'm not that big.
So, before even this, I goddamn suck at telling stories so bad. Before this challenge, Hamir's dad, Thor, and Hamir go out for a fishing expedition. And Thor is like, oh yeah, I love to fish. Fishing's my favorite. Never fished. Never has fished a day in his life. So he's talking out his ass.
Couldn't he just like car battery the lake and? Oh no,
right.
he's with that dude, so he can't be Thor. He's got to be 4. Makes sense.
Right,
okay.
right.
Keep
So
going.
yeah, so finally Hamir like gets a second with him, and he's like, dude, you've never fucking fished in your life. What are you saying? And he's like, it's fishing, dude. There's no way it's gonna be that hard. Let's just go do it. So Thor casts out his line, and he's just fishing in the world sea. And goddamn, something grabs his line and starts pulling the whole boat. And Thor rips it out of the water. It's fucking Jolmungandr. It's the Midgard serpent. It's like the biggest snake ever. You don't know who Jolmungandr is, I'm guessing, because you haven't listened to the podcast.
I know, I'm behind. I'm sorry.
Jolmungandr is one of Loki's children. He is a ever-growing snake that encompasses Midgard. So there's a world sea on the outside of Midgard.
Yeah.
He encompasses the whole thing. He's that massive. He's just the biggest fucking snake in existence.
That's a big ass snake.
Who lets their kitty off of the clipboard?
I don't know, clean one in the middle of an actual thing. God damn it.
Talking
No!
about big ass
Stop!
snakes.
Do
It's
your
a
thing.
big ass snake.
You stay over there. Tag me in it later. I'll see you
We're on
later.
big snakes here, ladies and gentlemen, before we get back to it.
Then take a picture and send it to me. But right now I'm a little busy. Fucking hell, man. Now I look like a dick.
You are.
No, I am not.
Back to the big snake that I
Big
forgot
snake.
to learn about because I wasn't listening.
Fucking. So, I love this part where he puts the fucking thing on the... He puts Mjolnir on the jaws of the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And the shake weight.
Dude.
Carl Urban's so good,
He's so
man.
good in this, man.
So have I
Dude is
told
such a
you...
goon.
Super sad sidebar. Have I told you my fucking idea for the next one of the next longboards that I want to do?
No.
Judge Dredd McGruff.
Oh yeah.
McGruff,
Yeah. You did tell me about that one.
That one's gonna
That
be
would
good.
be because we were talking about his nose has got to be sticking out from underneath the fucking
Yeah.
helmet and shit.
But anyways, so yeah, they go fishing and he like picks up the world serpent and like he's breaking the boat. Like that's how fucking vicious this like fishing expedition is. And Hamir and Hamir's dad are like, you gotta let go, man. You gotta let go, otherwise we're gonna fucking die. And he's like, fuck. So he lets go. And he kind of gives he gives him one of these, he's like, I'll get you, you son of a bitch. And they've all split.
Because he realizes what he's got. He's like, oh, fuck, I gotta
Oh,
kill
he's
this
got a
thing.
vendetta.
Yeah.
So Thor and fucking Jolmungandr have a vendetta because in the end of times, Jolmungandr and Thor kill each other in an epic battle. And Jolmungandr and Thor have always been like battling each other.
Well, he's Loki's giant snake. That makes sense.
He's Loki's giant son that Loki like was keeping hidden. Yeah, it's super fucked. So anyways, like Thor is a little butthurt that he didn't get to attack but he's kind of happy that he won the cauldron. And as they're like running away, as they're like leaving Jotunheim, I'm pretty sure it's Jotunheim. They're leaving, and Hamir's like, "Hey, babe, can you not watch videos in here, please? Please stop, please. Please. It's a fucking Jason Momoa thing, man. It's so terrible."
I'm talking about his new Aquaman movie. It's just like, dude,
I'm not too thrilled.
can you just be called Drogo? I know. I don't want to pay for it in any way. Just like Justice League, I'm
only excited about the visuals.
I'm gonna illegally stream the movie.
I'm only excited about the visuals, only because the visuals in that are going to be completely unique, and there's no mustaches CGI'd as far as I'm aware.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen in this one.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. Yeah, Cyborg just being like a blur too.
Yeah, Cyborg was really rough, and the fucking like weird like humanity like issue he was having. I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
Such an issue with Justice League.
Shakes his fist at the snake.
Yeah, he shakes his fist at the snake. They
bitch
part
about
ways.
Justice League for like 5 hours.
They part ways. He's leaving. They're all leaving, and Hamir's like, "Dude, look behind us." And all of the giants at fucking what's his face's hall are chasing fucking Thor and Hamir. And Thor's like, "All right, I'll just make my goats go faster." So he tries to make his goats go faster, and the goat that broke its leg trips.
Wait, how the goats were like, I thought they were in a boat, or they went back they're back from the boat, and they're
Yeah,
like,
they're back from the boat, and they're leaving Jotunheim.
Okay,
yep, they're back from the boat, they're leaving Jotunheim. This is
cool.
So the boat situation was before the fucking breaking of the mug. I'm the worst storyteller.
Okay, no, we got it. So mug breaks, they're leaving with the cauldron now, and the goats are like pulling them along.
Goat trips because it broke its leg.
Uh-huh.
It's lame now.
Uh-huh.
And
poor goat.
Fucking
National
Thor stands there and he like looks at Hamir, and Hamir's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? We're gonna get ran down by all these giants. And Thor looks at Hamir and he goes and he just fucks all of the giants up, man. He just starts hammering them in the face, literally kills all of Hamir's relatives, basically. And then afterwards he's like,
damn.
Afterwards, he's basically just like, I didn't get to kill fucking Jormungandr, but this was almost as good. This was a close fucking second. And, they just kind of walk away from there.
Nice. Fucking drop the hammer on him. All right.
Mm-hmm. So, a bunch of other shit eventually happens to Thor.
Fuck those giants, man. They wouldn't donate a cauldron to a worthy brother's cause.
Well, and so then when they get back, the dude is like, fuck, now I gotta make you guys that dinner? Goddamn. And he makes the gods all this fucking crazy dinner. I am going to take a dab, because now we are getting back into the comics and chronic. What, babe?
Hey.
Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet, Gamora? Or it's the Soul Stone? Yeah. I saw one of those that was really fucking good.
I'm so excited for the next movie. I know it's like a year away still, but I'm just so excited to see how everything turns out.
I bet you could get fucking shit in Luke Cage. He didn't go for the head.
Yeah, but I was gonna talk so much shit if Thor would have actually killed him.
I knew he was gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, you had to know. It's as soon as it says part 1, it's like, okay. If he gets them all, he kills everybody.
Well, and
so
I mean, if you know anything,
if
you just know anything about the Infinity War, you just know that at the end of Infinity War, Thanos is like, cool, I did my job. And everybody's like, no, you didn't, dickbag.
Mm-hmm.
No, you fucking didn't. And
I thought it was a pretty cool way to like,
it
change
was good.
Well, no, I was just saying like to change his motivation to be like balancing the universe instead of like appeasing Lady Death and shit.
And like,
yes,
all that, exactly. Like that is a very,
you don't gotta introduce a whole new character that he's trying to fucking court this whole time, which would just be kind of weird.
Well, and I thought what they were gonna do with that is I thought that they were gonna fucking make that Hell. I think they were going to essentially make Hell into the persona of Death, because that would have been really cool. Anyway, so I am going to point both microphones at Demetrius right now while I take a quick dab, and he is going to tell you his favorite spot to get stoned. Like, wherever your favorite area to get stoned is.
Oh man, dude, probably sitting right at my computer desk, because then I can just sit there and play games the whole time and be a total fucking nerd. And half the time my chair's so comfy that I just forget what I'm doing because I get so big. We got my e-nail within reach. We got nectar plugs, all sorts of goodies over there. And it's only like a couple feet away from the kitchen, so, I get fucking hungry when I get stoned. So, you gotta have food on hand. And, everybody always says outside and shit, but, why lie? I like to get stoned where I'm comfortable, and I'm most comfortable inside my house. And sitting on the couch, watching TV, doing, pretty much nothing. That's the best way. Oh, also on the toilet, because if you haven't gotten stoned and taken a shit, like, at the same time, I swear to God, you're going to think I'm weird and I'm gross, but you're fucking missing out, and don't judge it until you tried it, okay?
It's just like peeing in the bathtub, people. You don't know about things until you fucking know. I will say that is an awesome explanation. I fucking love getting stoned right here with the fucking fine people that we talk to,
Yes.
My favorite place to get stoned, and this is a bold place to get stoned. This is a daring area to get stoned. Very public. The fucking car wash, dude. I love getting stoned in the car wash, man.
Yeah,
that is my favorite place to smoke
I'm
a
a cheap
bowl.
ass,
like,
and I don't go to the car wash enough because all I have is old cars. I don't have a nice new car or anything like that, so it's like, fuck it.
Well, and I very rarely do it, but if I'm in a fucking car wash, you better believe I'm getting high as shit.
You gotta hotbox that shit.
I'm gonna get fucked up in that car wash. I'm gonna walk out of that car wash probably dead in my car.
You're just gonna it's gonna pull you to the end, and then it's just they're gonna come out and be like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this car not going?
Paying attention, and I just straight up, like, both my left side, or both tires on my right side, on the right side.
Oh, dude.
Wasn't
so,
even fucking thinking about it.
Fucking leaving my house, I share this driveway with neighbors on one side, and there's like, so we got 2 exits to the driveway and like one big hump in the middle instead of like one big fat exit for both driveways. So I swear to fucking God, dude, if I back down that shit and I'm not paying attention, I just drive right over it every time. It's like, moral of the story is don't back down my driveway, but don't come to my house. So there's that.
Speaking of houses, I gotta show him pictures of my house soon.
Yeah.
Because we did a walkthrough recently.
With old Pat Cooper, the greatest man in the history of ever. Well, maybe not, but he's fucking awesome. Love you, Pat.
He's probably part of the KGB, but we don't know this for a fact.
What's KGB?
The Russian CIA.
I don't know. I think they'd probably get pissed off that because he talks so slow.
I totally forgot Doctor Strange is in this too for a second.
Did you hear what he just? Did you hear what you just said?
Probably talks too slow. Yeah.
It's so hard to deal with both of them at the same time because he just gets pissed off and I'm just like sitting there like all awkwardly because he's not actually doing anything wrong.
Not even Pat. Pat's the man. I fucking love that guy.
He's super nice, but dude, don't, like when you buy it, if you buy a house, buy it from him. But just as soon as he says anything, just be like, oh yeah, I know.
Dude, this thing's fucking.
It's nice. You just press and go.
Hold. Is there a hold?
No.
You just gotta hold the thing down? Okay,
yeah.
That's cool. And that's me on the end of the homemade dabber. Is that one of the homemade ones?
Yep.
Nice. Sidebar, since we're talking about like Thor and this shit, have you ever played the game Volgar the Viking? It's like this little side-scroller RPG, like 8-bit.
8-bit, whatever, yeah.
Fucking, dude, it's kind of hard. It's on Xbox Live, and I think it's free if you still have Xbox Live or anything like that. Or if you can download it on your computer off Steam, it's also probably
free.
Only like
or
free or like $5. It's super cheap. It's kind of fucking hard, but it's a really fun game to just get like stoned out and just kind of play through. I never beat it, but it's I've just messed around and played it for a while. It's pretty fucking fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was healthy. I'm just playing with seeing how yeah. It's what it is. When we take dabs, it gets a little noisy, people. It's what it is.
Yeah,
what the fuck is.
That's why it's an expensive investment, but you gotta invest in the email. If I can make the recommendation, I mean, it'd probably be kind of. Well,
I think.
Actually, no. It wouldn't be tough to do with one like this. You just need to get like a quartz email. Like,
I think once everything's said and done, once we're all moved in, once things are like, once I have a full recording studio set up in the garage and everything, it's gonna be e-nail in there. Mm-hmm. Why are you giving me that face?
Because my mechanics stuff's gonna be in the garage, not your recording shit.
You're right, it will be, but it is a 2-car garage, first off. And second off, the basement's not dug out yet, and you don't have a fucking mechanics anything, so don't even right now. It doesn't, but...
You seen those new nails with
whatever.
like the fucking like tray at the bottom, and then it's just like a tube that your dad just sits in? And just
dude, I saw some...
There's so many crazy fucking nails.
I saw the craziest nail. Devin Lazat tagged John Moon in one. And it was this nail that had like pretty much a bubble like that, but it was a little bit different. It was more like a honeycomb kind of a thing, and then it had a recycle into itself again. You could pretty much dab the same dab for like 5 fucking minutes if it's at the right temperature.
I think I saw that one.
It was crazy as shit. Sorry, babe.
I'm really trying not to gas you out right now.
By the way, D, you...
Ladies and gentlemen, a cough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got a big old cough. I will do this. This'll help find somewhere to spit. You good? Or yeah, you want this? If you need it for the lugs. My dude. You've not seen this, though.
I was looking at that when I walked in, but I didn't want to get off topic.
Oh, no, this is never off topic. This is always good. Sorry, babe, I love you. I'm sorry. Okay. So at the top row, I'm going to go from top to bottom, everybody.
Alright! Yeah!
Yeah, D took the full length of what I gave him, and he's not yabbered, apparently, in a little bit. Too tough.
I'm doing a whole lot.
So from top to bottom, we've got Captain America and Russian Superman, the Red Sun Superman.
Sun.
Shaking hands,
Don't know
holding
much
their
about it,
corresponding flags. We've got Iron Suit Batman, we've got War Machine, and we've got the Igor armor in the back. We've also got on the next level... Are you trying to bring those that way? You don't necessarily need to, but...
Aha.
On the next level, we've got Punisher, Deadpool, and Grey Deadpool. I swear to God, I did the same exact thing with Tyler.
It's okay.
Like, holding the microphones and everything. No, I think it's fine. It's funny. It's super funny. Next level
I
down.
can totally see this being something Tyler would do. I lived with him for too long.
We got
Just kidding,
Flash
Tyler.
running on the wall. We got Batman. We got Green Arrow. And we've got Joker, who just murdered somebody and is going to shoot himself in the head.
Is that J.K. Simmons?
Yeah, that's J.K. Simmons. She gets so mad at me because our kids see that all the time. And they're like, he's shooting himself. A 2 and a 4-year-old. So then we've got, on the next level, we've got Daredevil fighting 3 ninjas. And then we've got the fucking 4 turtles on the very bottom.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Turtle's got to be down there.
Yep. Turtles on the fucking bottom shelf, dude. Turtles on the bottom shelf. And now I'm going to show D some of my elegant home pictures. My house that I'm buying, this house was apparently built in 1909.
Exciting!
So, if you just scroll...
In the old, beautiful, scenic neighborhood, historic neighborhood of Hilliard in Spokane, Washington.
Mm-hmm. So that's like when you walk
pretty fucking
in.
Sweet. This reminds me of my aunt and uncle's house on the South Hill. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, it's a super nice old house.
Yeah, it looks like it's been pretty well taken care of, dude. That's dope.
Yeah, the kitchen needs a little bit of work, but there's a few areas that are just need.
Do you get to
love.
keep that washer and dryer in there?
I think that we get to keep most of the units. I don't really know right now. I hope that we get to keep those fucking units.
Those look fucking
They're
nice.
nice as
That's
shit.
the
They're
case.
relatively new. Everything in there is pretty goddamn
a little
new.
doggy door for Aurora for 2 more months before she's too
I know.
big.
Well, me and my mom were just talking about we're just gonna have to fucking cut that open or just get a new door or something or figure it out.
You can figure out how to get a new door big enough. It's already gone in it. It might be just worth it to
Cut it.
go for it.
Cut it and get a bigger door.
Dude,
It's super nice.
cool,
The backyard's
man.
nice and big. Like, it's gonna be fucking the titties.
I take it this is it from the outside. Your mom
Yeah.
walking down the steps.
This is
now.
the backyard.
Little swing set and everything. Very
Yeah, I think we get to
cool.
keep that. I'm not sure though. If we do, we gotta touch it up anyways. So.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a pain in the ass to move and rebuild, so I don't see why anybody would really
Exactly.
hold
Well,
on
he's
to
got
that.
another 2-story thing that he's going to be taking already, so I think that he's going to keep.
Ooh, pink room.
That's
Wonder
the
who gets
bed.
that.
Yeah, that's going to be like Arya's bedroom. So yeah, that's the
Dude,
end of it.
That's
it's
cool, man.
It's cool. You will you'll be able to see and come over and enjoy when we finally are fully.
Yeah,
moved
dude,
in.
you're only going to be like a few blocks away from me, it sounds like, if you're just down by Knights. That's
Yeah, I'm going to be on
fucking
Martin.
awesome.
On Martin, just like over off Crestline and like Buckeye, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it's perfect that we're getting into this part of this movie because her power set in this movie is based off of
That's
Gore.
Hela, everybody.
Yeah.
We're Hela right now in Thor Ragnarok. She just showed up. She's gonna fuck with Thor and Loki. Do her thing.
So, last time when we were talking with Tyler, we talked about Gore the God Butcher, who fucks Thor up. He fucks a lot of different gods up. He's a god butcher. Like, that's his job, is he's going around, he's killing different gods. So he's tortured Thor at certain points in Thor's life, and now he's back into Thor's life, and he's gonna be fucking with Thor throughout, like, Thor's elderly existence, young existence, and, like, kind of middle-age existence.
Okay, well,
So, last we talked, Thor gets free of Gore's torture. Gore tortured Thor for 17 days straight. Longer than any other god that he had tortured up to that point.
holy shit, okay.
So, Thor gets free and he cuts Gore's arm off. And that pisses Gore off so much that he swears to kill Thor as the last god. Like, he's going to kill all of the gods.
He's gonna save Thor
And then
for
he's going to
last.
make Thor watch it all. And
So
Thor's
this
gonna
is,
be the last.
and so Thor cut his arm off. I heard that right.
Yep,
Right?
Thor cut
Gore's arm off.
Thor cut Gore's arm off. Yep.
Damn, all these similar sounding names.
Yeah, Thor and Gore. I know,
And Dor.
exactly. Dor, yeah.
Thor. No, that was. Never mind.
But it's not far off, though. It's not far off. So later, after
Nor.
Thor has grown and okay, so this is when Thor is like an elder. He's not old. This is when he's like an Avenger. So this is his middle age. He finds legions of the dead. Legions of dead gods. Yeah, okay, so he keeps looking, so yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier too. Old Thor, or like middle-aged Thor, Avenger Thor is like answering all of the prayers of like the average people. And he keeps finding just loads of dead gods, loads of dead gods, loads of dead gods.
Holy shit. And this is like the average people all over the place, or just like on Earth?
This is all over. So yeah, like he's like going to galaxy and finding tons of different like dead like.
I was like, is this like Buddha?
No.
And
well,
then Dinesh?
that was when he was young. That was when he was like young. He was going around on Earth, and Gore was killing all of the gods on Earth, and that's when Thor cut his arm off. Essentially, yeah. So Thor,
crazy, poor Buddha.
Right, Thor goes to the Omnipotence City, a nexus of all of the gods, a city for all of the gods built 12 billion years ago, and he seeks the Lord Librarian.
That's a high number of years.
It's a long time, yeah. The universe is only 4.3 billion, right?
I don't know.
Isn't that supposed to be like the...
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So he seeks the Lord Librarian of the gods. The Librarian gives Thor shit for being fucking stupid, because Thor is like a stupid pig-headed asshole. When he hears that Thor is looking for specifics on gods that on lost gods, he sends him in the direction of the halls of the lost, which is essentially like missing people, but gods, like all the gods that are missing.
Okay.
This is a huge library full of books and scrolls about gods that haven't shown up at the Omnipotent Hall in Omnipotence, at the city Omnipotence in a few hundred years or so. Thor gets as much information from here as he can so that way he can go and hunt Gore. That's what he's doing. Like, he knows that Gore is behind all of the gods that are dying. So he's going to hunt Gore. He looks all over and he battles all of Gore's, like, shadow beasts, because Gore has this crazy fucking weapon that brings forth these, monsters from the void, essentially. And Thor has to fight him.
Mm-hmm. With the hammer?
With the
bam,
hammer.
Bam, bam.
Yep.
Okay. Smacking him.
So,
bah, bah, bah.
And that's what you don't know. So, young Thor, when he's like early Thor, the Thor that cut off Gore's arm, doesn't have the hammer. He's got an axe called Yarg and Bjorg. Fucking shit. I don't remember.
Anyways, he's got an axe.
He's got an axe, and it's a super dope axe. And then
does it kind of look like Stormbreaker, or is it like different design?
No, it's different.
Is it just like it's an axe?
It's a huge blade. Like it's a huge blade.
It's just an axe. It's not like an axe with a big ass hammer on it.
No.
Okay.
It's just an axe. So he's got that. Right. He
Ooh, hello, Trash World.
Yeah. He fucks up Gore. Then oh god, what was I just saying?
He's young. He's got the axe, and then now he's got the hammer. He's beating up these void beasts.
Yeah, he's beating up the void beast. He goes back to the cave that he cut Gore's arm off, right? Uh-huh. Thor does. He's looking for Gore because he knows that Gore is killing all these gods. Yeah, I know they're maniacs. He goes back to the cave on Earth that he cut Gore's arm off, and he finds this god there named Shadok of the Diamond Moons, who was tortured by Gore and no longer has eyelids, so that way he can...
That's a hell of a name and a hell of a tragedy, right?
Right? So he has no eyelids anymore because Gore took them off so he can watch what Gore has left for all the gods. So Gore's a little fucking, like, Goebbels, man. Like, Goebbels.
Jesus.
Psycho, man.
He's like a Game of Thrones villain, man. Mm-hmm. This is some shit.
The
name, too. Gore the Butcher. That's like Diablo.
Yep. So when Shadok and Thor return to Omnipotence, they find that the librarian has been attacked and the library is on fire. They look for a specific word, Kronux, which the librarian informs them is a world. Thor gets the information just as the book with like the information burns up. Kronux is a planet where the gods on it can control time, hence like Kronux, like anything with chrono, that means time. Gore has forced all of them, like all of the gods on this planet. So Gore goes to this Kronux planet, and he takes all of the gods on that planet, and he slits all of their throats into this giant fucking sacred pool that they usually like do a little bit of a blood sacrifice to like manipulate time when they need to. He's filled it up. Like he's filled it to the brim. He fucking forces them to open up a portal to the beginning of all time. Jesus. And he goes back goes way the fuck back, and he steals the heart of an elder god. So, like, there's an elder fucking giant baby fucking Jay Leno. Jay Leno looking motherfucking baby, dude. It's got this crazy hair. It's fucking giant.
Wild chin.
Huge baby. He fucking goes in and he rips its heart out. Right? He takes this giant baby's heart out. Because the baby's huge. Like, he has to, like, climb up it. He takes this thing's heart out.
That's a big baby.
Then he goes forward in time and he tortures old Thor, and young Thor follows him. And Thor mistakes himself for Odin when they meet up. So it's like Avenger Thor. It's not like young Thor. So like they meet up and he's like, Odin! And he's like, I'm not fucking Odin, you stupid piece of shit. I'm you. And he's like, oh my god, you're missing your arm. What the fuck happened to us? Because eventually Thor gets his arm cut off and they replace it with the Destroyer's arm. You didn't know that.
Did not know that. That's pretty fucking cool. That's a hell of an arm to get.
Yeah, it's a dope arm. So he's like fucking Bucky, kind of. So Thor wonders where Gore is. Old Thor informs his younger self that he is 900 years late, and he is in fact himself. Oh yeah, okay. So he's like, you're 900 years late to get to Asgard when Gore was gonna get here. I'm not Odin. I'm you, but I'm missing my eye and my arm, and I'm like 15,000 years older than you were then. And that's what ends like volume 2. That's a lot of shit in
15,000 years.
Let me see where that one begins. So yeah, some more background on just like King Thor and shit really quick. King Thor is old Thor, but he has the Odin Force, he has the Destroyer arm, he's like hella powerful and all of this shit. He's got the Odin sword and Mjolnir, and yeah,
he's just the guy.
Oh yeah, he fucks things up really, really tough. We're gonna get into the God of Thunder, the God Butcher, Volume 2 here in just a second, but I'm gonna go make some food and put us on a real break, because last time I did this, the break didn't fucking work so well. And we ended up having like 3 minutes of dead time, so.
Peace out!
Yeah,
Thor and Hulk, that's the one that I was talking about.
We are back. I just had to fuck with some stuff, and I hope I didn't fuck anything up on there. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't. Okay, it's all good. Okay.
Hello?
So, it's funny, on the first few episodes, I made it, like, all blue,
yeah.
And then listening back through, those are the points where it's like, ah! Like, turn it all the way back down.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, good.
So, getting just back into it, let's see, goddamn, I have so many fucking notes on this thing. I am going to find a point that I'm going to stop us, essentially.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, how you doing?
What a great movie.
Fuck.
The little rock guy right there is so funny.
Korg.
Mm-hmm. He's the man.
Korg, and I like how, so Taika Waititi, he decided to make Korg a much more friendly and, like, approachable character, because, like, in the comics, Korg is very stoic.
Well, yeah, he's
like,
a rock. He's
a rock, but he has to, like, kill his brothers in, like, one of the first battles that they do. So, it's pretty intense.
Damn, we missed him melting somebody, too. That shit's
so
funny.
No, not the melt stick. Not the melt stick.
Oh, it's getting on my shoes. Oh!
I love Thor's reaction. Chris Hemsworth is so funny in that one because he's like, oh my god! Like, he's got such a genuine reaction of, what the fuck is happening?
Mm-hmm.
What? I just got looked at fucking so tough for pulling out the rig, getting things ready.
That's not why.
To do comics and chronic.
Because you're loud. And then I'm gonna have to hear you listen to it, and it's gonna be it's gonna be deja vu of you screaming.
I didn't pick up.
I still heard it.
It's time to get higher. We're not low.
Rachel is so mad that I was right about Loki's death.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean,
I knew he would die.
people gotta die, and there have to be people that die that don't get brought back. You think Loki's gonna get brought back? I don't think Loki's gonna get brought back.
Anybody that died?
Yeah, him and Heimdall are dead for sure. The only person that died via Thanos, like beforehand, before he got the gauntlet, it's gonna come back somehow as Gamora, because she's like inside the Soul Stone.
Thanos is gonna end up replacing her. He's gonna trade places. Guarantee it. Guarantee Thanos is gonna end up trading places inside the Soul Stone for her. Because, like, that's one of the biggest things that he says, I want to look out onto the universe, to, like, a grateful universe or whatever. The universe is going to be grateful to you. So.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I think about it.
Hey, it could happen. I don't know.
My theory. Get help.
Excited.
Oh, God. 3 against you ever getting head now. Yeah. 3 strikes against me ever getting hit now. She says that, and then, like, later on.
Jesus.
You read that out loud on purpose, you dick.
Yeah. Whenever you texted me, I was gonna read out loud. Shit. Don't text me in the middle of the fucking podcast.
I didn't say it out loud, because I wasn't supposed to say it out loud. Now it's 4.
Loki just gets zapped.
It's actually kind of sad when Loki dies, though.
Oh, fuck yeah, he gets his throat crushed.
Well, not that so much as, like, Thor's actually really sad about it.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, that too, obviously. But, I mean, that's a pretty good way to set the tone of a movie. You know?
Right away.
This big purple bastard
like
is just going to
Hayden
start
watching Kyvan
just
get killed.
smash people.
No.
Kyvan would totally be Loki out of the two.
Yeah, I think I will.
Kyvan would, but... There's more kinship there. What? Your sons are actually brothers.
Or are they?
Well, half brothers.
Haha.
This shit is so crazy. It's like this one's pretty Star Warsy too, but at the same time it works because of like the setting.
Yeah. It's much more like Star Wars, but in a Jack Kirby sense, so that's still hot as the Dickens, but y'all see it, man.
Sweet.
I wish I could breathe.
Sorry, babe. You stink.
Sorry.
So we're on part 2 now. Of The God Butcher, Volume 2. The God Bomb. That's what this volume is called in the comic. Gore, the God Butcher, was born on a nameless planet 3,000 years ago from the present time. There he watches his mother get eaten by, like, giant lizards in front of him.
Whoa.
He watches his wife fall into a pit while pregnant. He watches his child die in his arms in the desert. And then he gets cast out for burying his child. Because they're supposed to leave their, like, dead out into the fucking, into the sky to get eaten by the birds and everything. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't believe in the gods of the sky. Like, I don't believe in your gods. And those,
yeah, my child being torn apart by animals.
like, all of this, exactly, I don't want to see my child, like, I've seen my entire family die like this, and I don't continue this. So they're like, you're a blasphemous, whatever, they shun him out. So he staggers through the desert for a long, long fucking time, where the sun never sets. They've got multiple suns, it's a binary system, so they've got constant sun. A meteor falls in front of him, right? A meteor falls out of the... This is Gore. This is the God Butcher. This is the guy that Hela's power set is based off of. This is the guy who kills, like, a shitload of gods, who's been torturing Thor, who's been doing all this shit. He's got this inky black fucking sword that comes out of his body.
So he's pretty much a shit person.
Kind of, but this explains who he is. So he's had all of this tragedy happen in his life, right? He lived on a fucking Tatooine-esque planet where it's a desert of constant sunlight. It's even worse than Tatooine because there's never any
Bullseye and
relent from
Prats with his T16.
There's never any fucking relent from the sunlight. So he's staggering through the desert. He's like dehydrated. He's fucking dying. This meteor falls in front of him, and when he sees it, it's not just a meteor. Like, when he walks up to it, it's not just a meteor, but it's two gods that are, like, battled together and, like, tangled up, and they were, like, in each other's armor, like, fucked up so bad that, like, one impaled another one with its spear, and the other one, like, stabbed through the other one with its sword. Mm. So, the one is completely dead, and Gore walks up, and the other one's like, help me, and, like, bleeding, and he's like, fuck you! And he just takes out, like, all this repented anger on gods, on these two gods that he's just stumbled upon. He's like, you've never been here for me. You've never fucking came for me when my family was dying, or any of this shit. So he's losing his mind on these two gods.
Rightfully so.
He ends up, like, taking one of their weapons and flying away, and he just fucking, from that point on, he is... Yeah, did it come up? He fucking, from that point on, he is Gore the God Butcher. So, this is one thing. So he wreaks havoc for centuries and centuries and centuries, and he comes across this really resilient god after a while. And this is really interesting, because the god that he comes across is Volstagg. Volstagg the Valiant, Lion of Asgard.
Okay.
The chubby guy from the Warriors 3.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I only really remembered Lady Sif.
No, yeah, so nobody knows. So the other Warriors 3, it's fucking Volstagg, Hugin, and...
That's the Asian guy?
Yeah, Hugin is the Asian guy, and then, fucking, I don't remember the third dude's name, and I should fucking know it.
That's okay.
It's fucking...
Volstagg,
Volstagg, so Volstagg looks like Jesus. Because Gore has been torturing him fucking forever. Like, he crucifies him, essentially.
He's not all fat and portly anymore.
He was stealing bread, and he calls Gore out for being a god himself. Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
Will you let him in?
Yeah.
Sorry, babe.
No sympathy.
Oh, no.
Go lay down.
Gore... Ooh, god damn it.
Come here. Up here. Lay down.
Stella, go that way.
Come on, Stells. Just lay down, Roar.
Here, close the door now.
Come on, lay down. Come on.
Stella, go lay down. Go up there. No, Roar's lay down, you dumbass.
Good girl, lay down.
So... Volstagg had been working in the mines for 500 years, eating nothing but worm poop. He had been being tortured for stealing...
Worm poop?
Yeah.
What type of worm poop? Are we talking like earthworm?
No, we're talking about like crazy space worms.
Crazy space worm. Ooh, that's some shit. But it's...
Yeah.
Winning.
I had nothing for that. I mean, I was just going with something.
Okay.
So anyways, yeah. So he's been eating nothing but worm poop. He steals a thing of bread. Gore starts to torture him, and then he calls Gore out on being a god himself. He's like, you're basically a god, Gore. Mm-hmm. And Gore freaks the fuck out and crucifies him. So he throws Volstagg up on a crucifix, and Volstagg is really skinny, and he's got a beard, so he looks like Jesus right there.
Mm-hmm. Throws him up on a cross.
There's a shitload of gods behind Volstagg at that point. There's like a ton of gods that we see that he's been crucifying for fucking days. And Gore has a son. We notice that Gore has a son. So Gore has a wife and a son.
Whore and Boar.
Right. I don't remember. I think they do have names, but I don't remember. I don't fucking ever write down those kinds of characters' names because I'm so terrible. Interactions between Gore and Volstagg usually Gore's. Okay, so yeah, Gore is building something huge, and its main goal is to rid all of the world of gods. So he's just trying his hardest to rid the world of as many gods as he can. And
crazy.
We pick back up with young Thor in Iceland, banging some Viking women and having some nightmares about the God Butcher, right?
All right.
So then, modern Thor and old Thor, because they are in current times together, they're getting to know one another, right? And,
tag teaming bitches.
Yep.
Nice.
And Thor...
That's some God shit right there.
Thor learns that he will become the Allfather, and he will eventually become a galactic cop living by a sun. So he's going to be like the Chief Gordon of like a sector of like planets, essentially.
Dope.
Old Thor sees that all the berserkers, who are those like black monsters that fucking what's his face calls forth. Gore calls forth from his
dimension
weapon.
Or whatever.
His weapon thing that like makes these horrible monsters. He sees that all the berserkers are gone and that they need to get ready for war. So he tells Avenger Thor, who's like the middle-aged Thor, to do the same. And because it's an apocalypse unparalleled, it's like a total crazy event that nothing like it has ever been seen. Mm-hmm. Thor has talked to about Thor talked about alternate futures. Like, the X-Men always have to deal with fucking alternate futures, like this, that, and the other thing happening. And, there's one of the Rachels that's, like, a fucking version of Hope Summers and all this shit that's, like, from a different universe, I think. And then Cyclops comes in from a different universe at some points and shit. The X-Men fuck with universes more than fucking Spideyverse. It's fucking stupid.
All good. Anyways.
He doesn't want to become his father. Old Thor tells him that he needs to go into a door down the hall, like way down the way, that Odin had always kept like really secret and said he wasn't allowed. So Thor goes in there, and Thor's like checking it out, and it's this hall just full of ale and mead and like all the drinks of the land that you could ever imagine. So Thor's like, fuck yeah, and just gets super shitty and brings a shitload of mead and like ale over to old Thor. So they get super fucking shitty together before they go and fucking battle, because that's what Vikings do.
Yeah, right.
They get shitty.
Get hammered.
Young Thor gets ambushed by a bunch of those black beasts and sent to Kronux.
What the fuck?
Right? So he gets fucked up, and he can't really fight back. He gets beat up.
Whipped.
Gore tortures him, and he sends him to the mines. So he sends him to the mines, and he has to work in the mines for a fucking long time. And they're just like ripping this crazy ore stuff, this like material out of the earth or whatever. Not the earth, but this other planet that Gore is building this shit at. So old Thor and modern Thor set off to go and fight Gore, and old Thor tells modern Thor that Gore had destroyed Asgard 900 years before like the present, so that's why he was like earlier he was like that you're 900 years late. That's why like this doesn't even matter.
Yes.
Yeah. He also tells him that Gore is making something on a planet and enslaving all of the gods to help him make it. So old Thor, like King Thor, has kind of an idea of what's going on, and like Volstag's dead at this point. Like a bunch of people have fucking died for this. He also, we learn that the Odin Force gets changed into the Thor Force. He's used it for 10,000 years longer than Odin had ever used it. So it's become his entire force. The Odins, why did I write the Odins? The Thors, together, they take Skeith Blathfamir, which is so fucking dope that they mentioned that. That's an actual, ship in Nordic mythology. It's, Freya's ship, I believe, that can carry all the gods in their mounts. So Thor and Thor are just getting shit-faced on the Rolls Royce of their fucking fleet, flying to this planet to go fight Gore, right? Here in the comics, they do a bit of jumping around, and we're back at Omnipotence, and we hear that Shadrach, of the Diamond Moons.
Yeah. Okay.
He is actually, so he's a god. He's the god. Oh wait. Oh, motherfucker, I need to have something ready. He's the god of bombs. Bombs.
Like any bombs?
So long. Bombs, yeah, so he's the god of bombs.
Yeah, that was a little drawn out.
That's ridiculous. And young Thor is a slave, and he is building the God Bomb. So Shadrach, like, fucking made a God Bomb because he was being tortured. Gore was torturing him, and he was like, so you make bombs, right? Make me a bomb. And he was like, oh God, will you just please stop torturing all the people? And he's like, yeah, I'll stop. Just make me a bomb. So he makes him a bomb, and he just throws it at one of the gods. That's like another god on the planet that they live on. And he blows up, and it's like basically if like killing one of his best friends. Like, he made him kill one of his best friends. So Shadrach was like, please stop making, like, I'll do anything for you. And he's like, make me the God Bomb. Makes the God Bomb. He still ends up killing all the gods. Then he cuts out Shadrach's eyes.
Holy shit.
Or his eyelids, I mean.
Oh, so you can see, I see everything that happens. Yeah. Okay. So I'll come back together.
Yep, so Thor is enslaved, and while he's building the God Bomb, he meets his future grandchildren, Alti, Elesiv, and Frigg, Woden, Buter, fucking, the goddesses of thunder. I cannot pronounce like half of this shit. Thor runs into Gor's son and gets his ass kicked a little bit, too. He, like, kind of talks shit. He's like, you know your dad's a prick, right? And Gor's son's like, fuck you don't know shit. And beats his ass a little bit. Gor's son also lets us know that Gore is known as, like, Gore the Redeemer. It's a title that Gore has given himself.
Yeah, that sounds pretty self-bestowed.
And,
I was gonna say, that's something one of those dickheads that thinks they're doing the great thing is...
Right.
You know.
Well, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to save all of humanity and all of, like, life and existence from having to worship gods. Every 17 days, though,
I can sympathize.
Gore allows all of his slaves just a little bit of rest, like 1 hour's rest, because that's like the timeline that Thor had lasted the torture before he broke free and cut Gore's arm off. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's the amount of time that Gore is like, alright, you all gotta work, and then that 17th day you get an hour.
Jesus.
The Goddesses of Thunder get a meeting together during this time, and they ask for a leader. Thor steps up.
That sounds like a female metal band, the Goddesses of Thunder.
Right, the Goddesses of Thunder. Thor steps up, and the sisters are all shocked to learn that he is Thor. They're like, oh my god, you're our granddad. And one of them is like, fuck, man, I'd been thinking about banging him. So she's a hoe. Thor takes a bit of the radioactive metal that they have been mining, and he decides that he's going to try and sacrifice himself, and he runs to the God Bomb, and he throws it at the God Bomb. And it doesn't really do anything. He summons a storm, trying to, like, cover himself, and it confirms with all the gods there that he is the God of Thunder. But again, it doesn't do anything. It fucking blows his ass up into space, and he just, like, flies off. Thor throws it, and, like, as he's throwing it, he thinks he's gonna die. So he only has, like, one regret, and it's never having lifted up the hammer, because he's young Thor. Thor has never lifted up the hammer when he's young Thor.
He's only got the axe.
Yeah, he's got the axe. Yeah. So Thor and King Thor, at this point, like, Avenger Thor and King Thor, are flying through space, and they're getting closer to Gore's planet, and there are these space sharks feeding on dead gods flying around. Like, they're just sharks in space. They're, like, glowing, and they have glowing eyes, and they're just munching on fucking gods and shit.
Wicked.
So young Thor throws one of these motherfuckers at Avenger Thor right in the face. And they kind of, like, fight for a second, and old Thor is like, motherfucker, stop. Like, we're all together. Like, all of the Thors are together.
We are
so
Thors.
Yeah, it's 3 Thors chilling together. 2 Thors right now.
3.
Yeah, right? 2 of which have Mjolnir. And they give the other one, like, the young Thor, a long hammer, a two-handed hammer to wield. Okay. Together, the Thors learn
What's that one's name?
It doesn't have a name. It's
just a two-handed hammer.
Yeah, it's just a two-handed hammer. Together, the young Thors learn that Thor didn't even fucking kind of scratch the God Bomb. Like, the God Bomb was not affected by his blast. So, they team up to fight Gore. King Thor shoots Gore with, like, a huge fucking Thor blast. Like, a massive Odin's force, like, huge.
Like a Thor force?
Yeah, like, he uses a ton of force. And kind of fucks Gore up. And he shoots him from a light year away. I think that's what I wrote down. Oh, no, it sends him a light year away. So, like, when Gore is hit, he is sent to a planet that's a light year away. That's how hard he gets hit.
Damn.
And that scene right there. So
That's
that scene where we got Thor in the background.
Uh-huh.
You know the scene where she's like, what are you a god of, little man? And he's like, oh, the lightning comes down, you know? That is straight from this comic set. There's a point where young Thor is getting his ass beat, and Gore is like, what the fuck are you the god of? And Thor just sends a lightning bolt through him. Shazams him! He Shazams him.
Okay,
Captain
Shazam.
Marvels him. That's what Shazam does to Superman all the time.
Oh, I can't wait for Captain Marvel, man. I'm so excited. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, Lady Thor is hot, because Lady Thor is Jane Foster, and Jane Foster is
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. And Natalie Portman, would make a good
Speaking of Natalie Portman,
Lady
if you
Thor.
have not seen Annihilation, you gotta go see that shit, because it's
I don't know.
fucking crazy.
Did you see motherfucking A Quiet Place, dude?
No, I still haven't. I'm trying to go see that in theaters one of these days off that Bailey and I might go see that.
It is highly worth it, man. It is such a good movie.
I definitely want
A
to.
Quiet Place is very fucked up. It will make you remember John Krasinski. He's no longer Jim. He's John Krasinski.
He's now this guy.
Dude,
with the
he
beard.
is a fucking badass.
He's bearded. He's not just bearded Jim.
No, seriously, he is. God, he's so badass in that movie. He gives me so much confidence in anything they decide to put him in from now on. Like they could be like, we're recasting Superman as him, and I'd be like, that's cool. I love Henry Cavill, but that's cool.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. Did you know that he was gonna be Captain America? He was in the runnings to be Captain
I heard
America.
that.
That's
I heard that
crazy
shit.
to me.
Now that I've seen him like the way he is.
Oh,
it's
he
like,
could
I
totally have been Captain
can-
America.
I can believe it because
Totally.
is he taller than Chris Evans?
He's tall as fuck. I don't know if he's taller
he's
than Chris
tall.
Evans. He might be the same height, but I know he's at least 6'3".
Nothing against Chris Evans. Chris Evans, a monster.
Chris Evans is huge, and it's funny to see the picture of Shaq next to Chris Evans, where it's like, this is the first time he's ever felt small.
I have 81 days of pregnancy left.
81. It's 2 months ish, a little over. Yeah.
And then Hello Baby.
Yeah. Well, it's probably gonna be 2 months because you're gonna be early, probably.
Oh.
Ivan was 3 weeks early.
Shit. The Thors talk about their Mjolnirs as if they were sentient, because that's like a huge thing for Thor, is that his hammer is his best friend, basically. Gore slaughters gods to gather strength. His weapon is an ancient one, shrouded in mystery, but it holds such power, it is believed it will destroy reality. Gore captures Thor and King Thor, and young Thor rides a space shark at Gore to fuck him up. So like young Thor or Avenger Thor and King Thor are getting beat the shit by Gore, and young Thor like rides in on a space shark and is like, "Have at thee." So
Space Shark again.
dude,
Hell
space
yeah.
shark for the win, man. Young Thor talks some serious shit. He says, "I'd let you pray to your gods, but I know you don't have any. Though you may pray to me if you'd like." And then he just starts fucking his day up. He's like, I am a god, you have no gods. You can pray to me because you have no gods. And he just starts beating the shit out.
Fucking hammer you. But
Though if you pray for a quick death, do not expect your prayer to be answered. And then he just starts hammering the shit out of him more. Like, young Thor is so fucking bold and way too confident.
ruthless little bitch.
Because the Thors fight Gore into the sun, and the sun goes black. And now it's Gore's planet. It starts raining blood, and then the hammers, and then Thor's. So like, it just starts pouring blood down from the sky, and then 3 hammers come down. It's 2 Mjolnirs, and then the 1 big hammer.
The 2-handed.
And then the 3 Thors just come from the fucking sky. So,
Damn.
and then I said, and then despair. Gore returns to prepare the bomb, because all the Thors are, like, knocked the fuck out, pretty much. King Thor is strapped to a comet. Avenger Thor is thrown into a giant pit. The Mjolnirs are encased in dead gods, and young Thor's ass is kicked.
Encased in
Yeah, so
dead
he just, like,
gods?
wraps them up in dead gods. Like, they're just fucked up and, like, hard to move.
That Jesus. Okay.
Young Thor's ass is just fucking kicked. Gore ends up, like, losing his mind at, like, the last minute, because his wife is like, you are the best god, and he's like, I'm not a fucking god, bitch, and he just, like, stabs her, kills her. Fucking...
That's super hardcore.
Right? Thor's son helps the Avenger Thor because he realizes what happens, and, like, Avenger Thor is like, dude, don't be such a bitch. Young Thor bites out one of Gore's eyes. I think that he was still, like, being tortured by Gore or fucked up by Gore, like, because he was like, young Thor is the one that I want to watch all of this. So he's, like, fucking with a bunch of time. I don't really understand a lot of the time issues, but whatever. Gore needed a heart to finish the bomb. And he has one of the berserkers stab a god through the back. So, like, he just needs one of the gods' hearts. So, like, all the gods are raging war against these berserkers, which are endless. And Gore has one of them shoot a bow and arrow. Like, shoot a bow through the fucking, shoot an arrow with a bow. God damn it, why couldn't I say that like a normal human being?
I know what you meant.
Yeah. Through one of the backs of the gods, and then it turns into a raven as it's flying out with the god's heart. So he just uses that god's heart to finish making the bomb.
This dude's really ironic because he's just totally a fucking god. It's like, what do you got going on here, buddy? You just gonna kill yourself in the end?
So the god bomb actually fucks with time since he used an elder god's heart. It fucks with time, and it's gonna kill all the gods that ever existed and ever will exist throughout time, essentially.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucking heavy metal. So all the Mjolnirs are released because Gore's son helped Avenger Thor. And, what else? I have something right here. Gore needs the heart. Avenger Thor uses 2 Mjolnirs. So, like, King Thor and Avenger Thor and Gore are at the center of the bomb, and Gore has just kind of accepted his fate. He's kind of like Thanos at this point. He's like, whatever, cool, I could die, it doesn't matter, I've done what I need to do.
Bomb's gonna do its deal.
Yeah, exactly. So Thor is like, he's got old Mjolnir and he's got his Mjolnir, and he smashes them both together as hard as he fucking can, and it just destroys the bomb from inside and out. And then he has to use his fucking, like, his strength and everything to hold himself together and hold that together. Otherwise, that explosion would have destroyed the universe, because it's like the 2 Mjolnirs coming together and everything is so much fucking power, and then, like, all that is so much fucking power. So, at that moment, like, that he's doing that, like, he's got to hold it all together. All of the gods, like, across time are, like, bleeding out their eyes and ears and shit. And they're like, oh, Thor, hold it together. And, like, even, like, old Odin in old fucking Asgard is like, fucking Thor, you got to hold this shit down, dude. So all the gods are pretty much praying to Thor at that point, and he holds it down, dude. But then Gore's weapon possesses Thor, because this is where we learn that it's called the All-Black, the Necrosword, Slicer of Worlds, the Annihilablade. It's a fucking massive beast of a weapon, and, like, Thor has, like, this black outline. It's almost like a venom of weapons.
The ultimate weapon and the ultimate RPG ever.
It's an ultimate weapon for sure from the Marvel Universe. It's like an ultimate nullifier type of a weapon. So he does his thing with that. They end up getting it out of him. And, whatever. Everybody, it's the end of the story. You fucking know everybody ends up going their happy ways. Old Thor ends up telling both of the young Thors, like, you'll never have Odin's approval. You'll never really get that. You just have to find that within yourself. But he says it directly to young Thor. So, like, afterwards, Avenger Thor is like, you didn't need to be so harsh on the boy. And he's like, I wasn't being harsh on him. I was telling you that. And, like, Avenger Thor's like, God damn it, like, I guess I do need to hear that more than anybody. Because he's always trying to go for Odin's approval. Little does he know, Odin's the reason why Ragnarok comes most of the time. Like, Odin is always pushing for that cyclical thing.
Like, in this way, he's like, it's gotta happen.
So, as they're leaving, old Thor tells him to kill Loki right away. He's like, you gotta kill Loki. Like, as soon as you get back, kill Loki. And Thor's like, oh, that's funny. And they all return to their timelines. And that is the end of the God Butcher.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
The smacking of the hammers in the ultimate.
It's a beautiful fucking
So
visual.
when he smacks the hammers together, does he like smack them together on the thing, or does he smack them together in front of the bomb and it just?
He's like in the center of the bomb as the bomb's exploding. So like it's the combined explosions essentially that like, yeah. And it's a really dope panel because it's like it's a whole page. One page is his left side and one page is the right side as they're like coming together in the two hammers. It's fucking dope.
Dude, that's wicked.
Yep.
Hey man, it's fucking cool, okay?
Kiss my butt.
Alright, that was really good.
Excellent.
Alright, well,
Absolutely excellent.
that was a good episode. I have been Bill Keegan.
I'm Demetrius Watson.
And we're really not going to worry about the gremlin in the back.
Play us out!